We're rolling. Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
What's up? Wait,
All right.
Mike left. Okay, go ahead.
Welcome to the show. He's got a hooker showing up or something. I have no idea what's going on here. He's got a Mei Ling from the massage parlor is doing a special night call for Mike. It's
What? No, I have a beverage today. Since I've been dieting, this is my new beverage of choice, Olipop. This is their fake Mountain Dew flavor. It's so good. Only 4 grams.
So it's like sugar-free soda?
We didn't agree to a product placement on this show, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Cut this shit.
Until they're paying us.
We're not going
4
to
grams of
your
sugar.
fake Mountain Dew. Okay?
Yeah, until they're paying us, we don't product place shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that as a joke, but yeah.
It's
really good.
All right, here we go. So it's really good, unlike the Yankees defense. Okay, let's get into it, fellas. Mike, what are your overall emotions? Mine are pretty bummed out. I feel like I can't say anything that hasn't already been said by other people that do this stuff. So you take it away for a minute, and we'll put a bow on it in a few minutes for the year.
I'm kind of over last season by now.
I know it's been a few days. So
but I've been last week. So last week, I'm surprised now how many people were attacking the Yankees on social media. Most I've ever seen it before with the memes, and some of them are funny.
They all come out to play.
Yeah. People
live for the Yankees losing because their teams are all poverty. That's always been how it is, man.
But that's the thing of the beauty of the Yankees is like look at the reaction because they've been successful for how long. So of course people are going to hate them. There are a few people I've seen who are Met fans who are just like, I just hate everything you're saying, and they're like people I like. So I don't say anything mean, but it's like
the Met fan reaction's been very funny to me personally.
Yeah.
We have one right here in Brian. We'll get his thoughts in a minute, but the Met fan reaction is very funny because people are saying, well, we beat you back in June. We swept you when you had a AAA roster, and we took one more game out of the Dodgers, so we're the better team. And I'm sitting there going like, I mean, the Mets had a great second half, but if the Braves weren't fucking injured, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. So like, I don't understand the logic really, but I mean, whatever. They can talk their smack. Everyone talks smack when the Yankees lose. So it is what it is, man.
The thing I'll say about the Yankees is obviously, and I'm hearing a lot of it on the radio too, especially Keith McPherson. I appreciate his opinion.
Hell yeah.
Big Yankee fan. And some of the things that Aaron Boone did were definitely fireable offenses.
Yeah.
But we know he's not going to get fired. But it's like I've been hearing the arguments all week about, well, the players made the mistakes, not the manager. Yeah, but this has been going on all year. Their defense has been terrible. That scouting report the Dodgers had on the Yankees had all their flaws to the money. And it's like that stuff you practice in Little League. Like at the major league level, if you can't do that, you shouldn't even be playing. And it's just embarrassing. So I would hope there's some kind of shakeup with their training, their coaches, something, what are they doing? What's his name's got to go with third base.
Yeah, more liners to second base, less lines off of strippers' tits after the games. Okay, that's mostly what we want to see next year is just more practice.
I mean, you can do both, but you got to be able to do your job. That's Derek Jeter had his share of whatever, and he still came to work. So let's behave ourselves
a lot of gift
on the field.
Sent out.
A lot of
gift baskets.
Yeah,
a lot of gift baskets.
Yeah, I would say that, man. I like you, Mike. I'm over it for the most part. I'll be honest, man. I was in a bad place mentally that night when they got eliminated. 'Cause I went out with my lady, who's, by the way, I have my girlfriend put up with all of my crazy through the whole playoffs. I give her credit. She's been great. She sat next to me at a bunch of different sports bars and watched me whine like a little bitch. Yeah. We were at a bar full of mostly Yankee fans, and the bartender, he had like a really good like heavy metal mix playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Yankees were getting eliminated in the bottom of the ninth, he played "In the End" by Linkin Park as like a troll to all the Yankee fans in the bar. And the thing is, he played it like a half an hour or like an hour before that as part of the regular playlist. Yeah. So I turned to him and I'm like, hey man, like, I think you already played this song. Like, in other words, like, what are you doing, bro? And he just goes, oh, it's a really good song though, isn't it? It's a really good song. Like, so he knew what he was doing. I was getting trolled actively watching the Yankees get eliminated, and it was just a bummer, man. I was I was in a bad place of like, man, I don't even know if I can watch next season. And and then like within an hour and a half,
Yeah.
I was on the phone with some of my other buddies already talking about off-season moves. So I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm like,
leaving,
I'm over it.
but it hurt,
Yeah.
man. It hurt. It was a rough night.
Well, it's the only thing I take from that is that, look, it should wake up that organization to the point of, hey, look, you can't just, get in the World Series based on your reputation. And you can't, they stumbled their way into this World Series. And I've been calling them the Inspector Clouseau of baseball. If you know Inspector Clouseau, just a bumbling, stumbling. They'll do great things, and then they'll just do some dumb things. It's like, how did they win?
No, here I'm gonna
Yeah.
actually take the opposite angle on this, Mike. I'm gonna
All
take
right.
the glass half full approach. Look, at the end of the day, they made the World Series, which is
Right.
more than 28 other teams can say
Oh, yeah.
just this year, and
Yeah.
there's probably over a dozen teams that would kill just to make it to the playoffs, right? I would say this is that minus the boneheaded bullpen move in game 1 and the disastrous 5th inning, they should have flown back to LA for game 6 with a 3-2 lead. Honestly, they are a championship caliber team. Yes, they can make moves in the offseason. Yes, they need to retool. Yes, they need to practice defense. But I don't think a major shakeup is warranted. And everyone says, and I said this a few weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. Everyone said, they only made it because they only had to play against the Royals and the Guardians. Well, dude, guess what? The Guardians were the number 2 seed in the league.
Yeah.
So they were statistically the hardest team possible in the league available to play. And the Royals, if they had like 2 more bats, they'd be a championship contender too. So this whole thing of like Yankees had an easy path. Shut up. Okay, shut up.
Yeah, and what's his name on the Royals had a bad series. What's his name? The shortstop. Bobby Witt had a bad series. Ohtani had a bad series. He had 2 hits.
They held down
Judge
the 2 of the best hitters in the league of this generation.
Yes.
In 2 separate series. The Yankees pitched amazingly. Literally, if they could make one of 4 different defensive plays from that game and they would have put in the reliever instead of the starter in game 1, they go back to LA with a lead and we could be having a very different conversation. Yeah. It's not I don't think the makeup of the team is that far off. I really don't.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of changes because I don't think Rizzo's going to be back. I don't think Glaber's going to be back. They're going to move Jazz to second if that's the case. So that means they have to fill third. And Verdugo is going to be gone. And then we don't know about Soto. And if they don't get Soto, that would be devastating. But that's a lot of money they'll have to invest elsewhere to really upgrade the team all around.
He goes to the Mets, man. He goes to the Mets.
Right. We have 2 months to talk about what's happening with Soto. Well, we can do a whole thing on that next week if you want. I would say that the Mets
Call
are
of
in.
Duty.
I know the Giants are in, and I know the Yankees are in. I assume that you're going to have some other usual suspects, teams like the Blue Jays. I've heard possibly the Braves are in. There was a report that 11 teams the day after the World Series called as agents. So this is going to be a bidding war unlike anything we've seen in a very, very long time. But
he's playing Call of Duty right now. So he's
playing Call of Duty. He's getting called the N word or the S word by a bunch of 12-year-olds right now. That's what he's doing.
Probably.
Anyway, so moving along to a happier note, let's talk about B-Rabs' Jets. They won a game. Let's talk about it.
Well, I also just, before I talk about the Jets, I want to talk about the World Series briefly. I listened to you
go
guys,
for it.
Yeah, of course.
Bitch over it and cry. So I would say how I felt was the New York City nationalist in me, and the Mets fan in me who lost to the Dodgers in the National League Championship wanted to see the Dodgers lose.
Right.
The Mets fan in me also thought the way the Yankees lost was also hilarious.
Yeah.
I took some joy.
Yeah,
I took some joy. I did watch the game 5. I was actually with you, Phil, at that taco place after my show, and they were winning game 4. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, so Dodgers in 5. and the other Phil, who's a Yankees fan, was like, you piece of shit. Like, you're such a hater. But the 5th inning was atrocious. It was.
Oh no, game 4. We were game 4. We were at the
game 4. Yeah, but I'm talking about the 5th inning of game 5.
No, that was the next day.
Yeah, that was. Watching this, it's just the way you guys imploded. I mean, listen, I'm also proud of the Mets for holding them for 6 games. I mean, yes, you guys are in the World Series, but I guess that is a shit talking point. right there where you could say we held on for longer. But the Dodgers are a fucking amazing team. I think they'll win the World Series next year, honestly.
They're getting cocky.
Bold prediction.
Yeah, I think they'll win the World Series next. Where they could. I mean, who knows?
They almost got knocked out in round 1. People forget that the Padres had them down 2-1 in the opening series. So
and they collapsed.
I mean then they turned on the next year.
Their hitting is so good. Their hitting is so good.
The scary
and then they're gonna have Ohtani pitching,
dude. Exactly.
I don't know.
Well, no, adding on to what you just said, Brian, their hitting is so amazing that they literally just won the World Series with effectively 2 starting pitchers, which is crazy. If they had a fully stocked starting pitching staff, that team would have no holes at all.
And did you see what Joe Kelly said?
Yeah, well, he always said. He always says stupid.
Yeah,
stuff.
he tried to. Dude, Joe Kelly, by the way, I have a love-hate relationship with him. He played for the Red Sox and won 1 with them. But then he threw all the Astros players the year after the thing came out. So I kind of
He's a bit of a nut, that guy. But
I like it. I like shit talkers.
They're like a 7th seed, and
he's a huge shit talker, man.
Well, you're gonna tell me that the 1 seed in the AL is a 7 seed? Go fuck yourself. Okay, that's you know what I'm talking about.
He'll probably be in a bench clearer someday. We'll probably have.
I'm sure he's already been in a few if we could find some.
Yeah,
but you're going to tell me that the team that won the AL East, a team that had 4 or maybe even 5 teams above 500, you're going to tell me that team is a 7 seed? Get out of here, dude. That's not that. Come on.
It's everybody's talking a lot of shit.
They're
all cocky right now.
So the Jets won again. Well, I was at a wedding when the Jets were playing the Texans, and I was like, why don't I just have a happy occasion in my life?
See something happy
instead of watching the Jets. So I mean, listen. So what are they now? 3-5?
2-6? Or are they 3-6?
No, they have to be 3-5 because they were 2-5 last time. So I would imagine they're 3-5. I mean, do they win every single game after this? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll watch this week, but I'm just very divorced from this team at this point.
They are 2-5-0 according to. I mean, I wish you would have known that, but it's just so funny that you checked out of this team so hard that you're like, I don't even know their fucking record anymore. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what's going on.
Well, because they were 2-5 after. I believe they were 2-5 after the Patriots lost.
No, the Jets are 3-6.
They are
3-6.
Oh, so Google lied to me. Okay.
They're 3-6.
3-6.
I was gonna say because it's week.
Still a very bad record. And just the whole thing. I mean, I have friends. It just reminds me so much of the Bill Burr scene from The King of Staten Island, where Pete Davidson's calling his stepdad, who played by Bill Burr, a degenerate gambler. And he's basically like, you bet on the Jets. The Jets aren't coming back. And he's like, the Jets are going to come back. And he's like, the Jets are never coming back. That was me when I had a friend who's just like, oh, it was great that we got rid of Saleh. I was like, really? He's like, oh, it's great that we got rid of
What difference?
We're going to come back now that we got Devontae Adams. Really? I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hate Woody Johnson. I don't think Woody Johnson's ever had the team's best interest in heart, especially when we had Mark Sanchez, who brought us to the AFC Championship against the Steelers, and we lost. But then he got Tim Tebow. So we have essentially this whole quarterback controversy.
Brian, who would you rather? Who would you rather smash? Tim Tebow, Aaron Rodgers, or Mark Sanchez?
Oh, all 3. I mean, that's a Sophie's choice right there. I mean, well, I mean, I would rather bang Tim Tebow because all the repressed Christianity that he has will just be so hot, to get out. Aaron Rodgers is an old queen at this point.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is an old queen.
Yeah.
That's been cruising the Equinox steam rooms forever. I mean, he had a ball when he came to New York.
Aren't there rumors that he actually does that too, by the way?
Yes. He's a closet case. The man was afraid of taking the vaccine because he thought it was going to make him gayer than he already is. That's why he was afraid of taking the vaccine. That's why he's taking ayahuasca, because he thinks that ayahuasca is going to cure his love for cock. It won't, Aaron Rodgers. Come out of the closet. You are a gay. We
come out of the closet and meet Brian at Boxers in Midtown next Thursday.
Yeah, if you're into beer guts.
He would be like such a hero if he just came. He's like, yeah, I'm gay. What are you gonna do about it? You know, like
but if he was, you know, he can't do that.
No, it'd be a little bit of a mind f. Because think about it. He was like kind of like a regular, like a loved celebrity, and then he came out as anti-vax. So all the right-wing idiots started loving him. If he came out as gay, where would it go? Like everyone would be like, "Oh, I hate him, but he's great. But I hate him, but I agree with him, but I hate him." Like that'd be so funny.
I just don't think he ever could. I mean, he had a roommate that traveled with him. He had a college roommate since college that traveled with him and lived with him, and he's never been married. And I mean, I think he dated what's her name, Olivia Munn at one point.
Yeah, that happened after.
I mean, that's a classic. That's a beard.
That's a total beard move. Yeah,
that's a beard. Do you think she's into pegging? That'd be cool if she pegged him.
that would be wild if she like
that came out as a story.
If she ran an I formation right down his middle, like that would be wild. That would be wild.
she plays the quarterback and never mind.
There
we go. As far as the Jets go, though, I think that Brian, do you have any hope? Do you think they're making the playoffs or not really?
No,
I don't think they are.
I mean, okay, and obviously, I'm just a stupid, drunk sports fan. What do I know about anything?
Right.
But I just don't see how you come back from a losing record like this. There's too much. Also, too, like there's too much instability right now. With Saleh left, so now we have the defensive coordinator as a head coach. I mean, Aaron Rodgers could get hurt again, literally any minute, and have like a season-ending injury like he had the last time. I just don't see it. I think maybe we maybe we will have a chance at getting the playoffs or like going to like
I don't see it,
but like I don't see it. I don't see it either. I just don't,
because your only path in is going to be through your division, because there's a lot of teams in that league that are better than you for the wild card. Yes. So you have to hope that the Bills collapse in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and the Patriots obviously are garbage. I'm not worried about the Patriots, but I mean, the Dolphins with Tua like drooling on himself with like the 2 brain cells that he has left in his head.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for him at some point.
I'm like, dude, like what the hell is the matter? Like, quit. Like, seriously, quit for the love of like it's like watching a horror movie. Yeah. It's like, dude, you're going to be drinking antifreeze in your car 5 years from now. Like we know how this story ends with Sayal. Like, stop. Like, stop. Yeah. Stop.
I don't know how. Why did they even let him back? That's the bigger question. Is of course he's going to want to come back. Why did the Dolphins let him come back? Why
he needs to wear one of those Guardian helmets with an extra layer of bubble wrap.
And like, listen, like I think Mike. Well, yeah, he won't wear the Guardian helmet. He's just like, no, I won't do it. His wife is probably like, this fucking idiot. Like, you're gonna make me a widow. I mean, Mike McDaniel was also saying that like, if you care about Tua, you're not going to even mention retiring if you actually care about him. And I'm like, well, I don't think Mike McDaniel is a scumbag.
I don't think that's accurate to say. No, I think if you care about him as a human, you have to, tell him to pull an Andrew Luck and go, bro, it's time to pull the plug early so you don't kill yourself.
That's exactly like it's wild. So, and then the Bills are the Bills, with Josh Allen and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't think the Jets come back. I hope Aaron Rodgers rides into the sunset and find the love that he deserves. And finally, lives its truth. Somewhere
at a
other than New
Midtown
York.
24-hour gym steam room. Anyway,
Hopefully.
Let's get to the reactionary half of the show. There, we only have like 3 or 4 ads. We got plenty of time to mess around with them tonight. Let's.
Yeah, we got 4. We got 4. We haven't been doing fights because every time we put a fight clip on somewhere in social media, it gets taken down.
We get banned or shadow banned or in trouble. So when the ads, people tend to like the ads. People think they're cool. The people that do watch them anyway. And so, Mike, what do you got first for us?
All right. So I found this one 2 weeks ago. After we did a Dr. J clip, I found another. It just popped up. You type something in, and then the algorithm finds you 1,000. So this popped up. This is a Coca-Cola ad featuring Dr. J and Bill Cosby. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Coca-Cola, people.
Dr. J and Dr. C for Coca-Cola.
2 out of 2 doctors recommend Coca-Cola. For symptoms of thirst due to intense physical activity. For advanced cases of thirst, real cola relief from Coca-Cola.
I concur. A big, bold taste to really refresh you. 2 out of 2 doctors agree. No prescription necessary.
You know, I was a great basketball player when I was in college.
1 out of 2 doctors agree.
He kind of pointed to the drink there, saying, "I just
you can't watch anything with Bill Cosby and a drink in his hand, and it is so tainted now." I just also couldn't help but laugh, just at how he always sounds ridiculous. He always sounds like he's in the middle of a stroke. Bill Cosby, he has trouble getting out the words of his mouth.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I mean, the joke writes itself. The fact that it's an ad where Bill Cosby's like, "You should drink this." No, really, drink this right now. It's a little on the nose. Very unintentional humor here.
They look like they're in a law office and there's a waiter serving soda.
That's also true. It's like, well, are they supposed to be like a fancy restaurant, like in Manhattan or something?
I guess
like
it's
that?
like a men's
a fancy restaurant drinking Coca-Cola, enjoying. They could be having the top shelf wine instead. He's like, no, that's the most suspicious part about it. It's like, why? We could just be drinking the most top shelf wine at this restaurant, Bill Cosby. He's like, no, we'll just pay for Coke. I'll have a good time either way. We'll pay for Coke and keep it cheap.
I like the acting in this part right here by Dr. J. And then you can tell he probably laughed afterwards because the edit. Look at the edit.
Concur. A big, bold taste to really refresh you. 2 out of 2 doctors.
That was an obvious edit. So something happened there where they go all right, Dr. J, just tone it down a little.
Yeah, they cut out the part where Bill Cosby's like, "Yeah, and this will really, really refresh." Yeah, he drops up the bill in his drink.
But again, look, he's pointing. He insults Bill Cosby, and at the end, he's pointing to his drink, saying, "Look, you want to make fun of me? I just fucked up your drink, Doctor." It's a shame. It's a shame. Cosby is no longer lovable Cosby. More of a shame of what he did to those women, but this is where we are now.
I like that you put that disclaimer, Mike.
Well, you got to be careful. We as comedians,
it is a shame.
It is a shame. We lost Cosby as a hero, and America lost him as a dad, and a lot of other
Kodak Film, Jello, and 5 other companies lost him as a spokesperson too. So don't forget about that. Think about the poor. I don't even know if Kodak exists anymore, but think about the Jello company.
They're around. Yeah, Kodak's around.
Think about TV Land taking away half the reruns. That was always hey, we have nothing else to show. We'll either show Gunsmoke or the Cosby Show for
the Cosby Show. Right.
Yeah. Well, no, dude, we're old now. TV Land has our childhood shows now. TV Land has Fresh Prince and Step by Step and crap on there now. And they I remember the first time I saw that in Nick at Night, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
nope, it's not compute to me.
Or Everybody Loves Raymond and Seinfeld is on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the 90s was 30 years ago. Jesus.
It doesn't make any sense. I remember when the Cosby Show was on Nick at Night, and I felt old because I remember when it was on live TV, when it would come on live, and it was like, wow.
Well, you are old, Mike.
I am
indeed. All right, let's get Mike. We got 3 more, I think.
Yeah.
What do you got next for us, Mike?
All right, we have one with Bum Phillips, the great Oilers head coach.
Oh, yeah. So the reason I pulled this because The Jets beat the Texans, right? And there's no vintage Texans ads because they've only existed for a few years, but they used to have the Oilers. So I pulled out a vintage Oilers related ad. This one I think we're gonna have some fun with. I got a feeling.
All right, let's check it out.
Ooh. Blistering and peeling from the sun is a problem they won't have with this house. I'm Bum Phillips. This house was redone with siding, overhang, and trim too. Alcoa aluminum and the mastic T-lock vinyl siding are tough, and when applied with the Dow styrofoam insulation, you qualify for the energy tax credit. Watch for this information about siding. Get a cooler like this free when you let a remodeler show you how to keep your home appealing with quality materials from Texas Building Products.
You get a cooler.
Right. Did either of you guys understand anything he said? I mean,
no. I also love that a tough talking Texas man is named Bum in his first name. Bum.
I don't know. Was this commercial about sunburns? Was it about siding, or was it about the cooler? I don't know what this commercial was about.
Nobody knows.
I think being like con artist Texan man, like just like a slick talking salesman, he tried to just throw it all at the wall. He's like, you could get a cooler, you could get aluminum siding, I'll give you a grill that I'll throw in with a George Foreman approved. Like he was just trying to throw it all in.
New set of tires, whatever you need.
Give you this guy's life. I'll give you a beer.
The thing is, I'm trying to figure out. He was obviously the coach way before I was even born. Is this just how this guy talks, or did he speak the whole ad in monotone because he was over it and just didn't give a shit and just wanted to get paid?
No, that's him. He's as Texas.
That is who he is.
Yeah, Bum Phillips.
Sounds like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Same accent. Like, you might as well just had Boomhauer do the ad. Just had
you might as well just have Boomhauer do it.
But I'm trying to understand. Did they show the people say sunburn? She's peeling from sunburn, and then the gag was, "Is your home
I still can't believe this. I still can't believe this human being's named Bum Phillips.
Yeah, Mike, you're right. What is it? The house peeling or the skin peeling? Is that? I didn't even pick up on that joke. You're right.
What is he? I didn't either. Yeah, let me see. Wait.
Ooh. Blistering and peeling from the sun is a problem they won't have with this house. I'm Bum Phillips. This house was redone with siding, overhang, and trim too. Alcoa aluminum and the mastic T-lock vinyl siding are tough, and when applied with the Dow styrofoam insulation, you qualify for the energy tax credit. Watch for this information about siding. Get a cool.
That's just the longest way to get to the joke.
You're talking about aluminum siding, and then you're talking about like a Playmate cooler, like, and you're like, what are you trying to say? Like you'll save energy, like, or whatever. Like if you have, I don't know, like it's ridiculous.
This is see, as comics, we know if you wait too long with too much information to get to the punchline, they forgot the setup, and that's what happened in this commercial. They should have showed that sign at the beginning or something, or right after they said that, and then brought it back later.
It's true.
So there was a lot wrong.
Poor joke structure. They didn't get to the little Playmate cooler quick enough.
They were trying to
trim the fat.
Exactly. Trim the fat. So this is written by a first-year open micer.
No, I saw it. I had fun with that ad. I thought that was cool.
That was good. All right, so we got two more. This one is I haven't watched it, but I saw what you sent. It looks interesting. This is about the Carolina Panthers inaugural season. They've been around like 20 years. Talk about
something
being
like
old.
that. Yeah,
remember they were brand new.
The Giants play them this week, so I wanted to do an ad with them. So let's do it.
Carolina Stadium. And in football terms, this is the red zone. Here is where the best action happens. And right now, excellent red zone seats are still available in Section C and E. Right on top of that great action. This is the exact view from the upper deck corner in Section E. And this is the view from Section C.
Computer generated.
Send in your application for these great red zone seats today. This is one opportunity no NFL fan should miss.
Oh my god!
The thing I like about that is that they took footage from all teams that weren't the Panthers because they didn't exist yet. They just
I did not even realize that.
Teams are the Panthers. It's like it's all just like, hey, we've got football now in our state.
I just like how much of the stadium is nobody bought tickets yet. It's like this season has to work. Half the stadium is. It looks like the election map, by the way, but that's another story.
And also, too, at the computer-generated section, they said, "Here's your actual view from the seat." They're showing you the upper deck corner seat. These are actually like apparently these are the worst seats in the house in most football stadiums.
Yeah, that's not bad though. I mean, you can see the field.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep looking at this thing. You know when they have like Super Bowl parties and they make the stacks of all the cheese and the
and like the dip,
and it looks like the state. That's what I thought this was at first. Yeah,
it was a dip bowl.
It looks like a bad Sega commercial. It looks like almost like a Sega video game, like the very first Sega video games, like when we were like zygotes, like playing video games for the first time.
So Kyler, the Patriots don't even have.
Wait, what did it say? Pick up your applications at Hardee's. Is that what that said? I'm not kidding. I think that's what it said. Hold on. Yes.
Hardee's. Belk and Hardee's.
Belk and Hardee's.
Yeah, you go to Hardee's.
I don't even know what
Belk is. Citizens Bank, too, in Wachovia.
Yeah. The bank part makes sense, but what is Belk's? I don't know what. I got to look this up now. Is this like a Waffle House kind of situation?
I have no idea.
You're enjoying your burger at Hardee's. Get your tickets now to the Carolina.
I haven't even heard Hardee's. Is that like a Sonic or some shit like that?
There's like, it's more West Coast, I think.
That sounds like In-N-Out Burger kind of.
Hardee's is like a
another chain place.
It's the same level as like a
Arby's.
What's that one? Yeah, like an Arby's, or what's the other one? Something Junior.
They have like Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are like the same brand. They're not in this part of the country at all, but yeah.
It just destroys your stomach lining. That's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you're destroying your arteries, destroy your wallet by picking up your application for the Panthers season tickets.
And this is some old footage because the Patriots definitely upgraded their jerseys before this, right? I mean, that's the Patriots.
That is hilarious, though. That like they're not even showing like the Panthers playing; they're just.
It didn't exist yet. I mean, what are they going to show? Practice footage? Like, come see this guy who's currently playing at training camp. Like, no, I think it makes more sense to do it this way. But I noticed that right away that they're not really advertising the Panthers. They're just saying, "Hey, the NFL's here now." Is basically what the ad is saying.
That was epic. That was great. The people of Carolina deserved a little better, but that was great.
They do.
So, all right, we got one.
We're closing out. What do we got? We're closing out. We got one more, Mike.
This is apparently for the Houston Rockets and has something to do with suicide. I don't know. Yeah. Phil, you found it?
Oh, yes, I did find this one. The Knicks they're playing the Rockets right now as we speak, as we record this on Sunday night, I believe. Oh. And I found this.
It's Monday.
It's Monday, yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, it's tomorrow?
No, today is Monday.
Yeah, today is not tomorrow.
Dude, I have been doing adult homework for the last year and a half of my life. I don't know, and I work at a hotel. I never know what day of the week it is. Yeah. Today is Monday, right? Sorry, I'm so used to
the phrase adult homework makes me want to commit suicide. Like just hearing that in general.
So yeah, the Knicks are playing the Rockets. I found this old Rockets ad. Just play it. I don't want to spoil anything.
Let's check it out.
4 seconds left on the clock. Rockets trailing by 1. Gordon Maxwell takes it left to right over the circle. Goes down to the dream underneath. Olajuwon has it. Shake and bake right. Goes up for the shot. No good.
That's it. I just can't take it anymore.
The Houston Rockets would like to thank you for your support this season.
But wait. He was fouled.
Because everyone knows it's not easy being a sports fan in Houston.
One more chance, folks. Do you believe in miracles?
What the?
I thought that.
Okay, this looks like autoerotic asphyxiation, does it not?
It does. Yeah, I was about to say. I thought this.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, right.
I thought this guy was just listening to play-by-play, just jerking himself while he's like hanging outside the like he just gets off. He's like, okay, baby.
He's got like a Wile E. Coyote anvil. Yeah.
I have to listen to Houston Rockets, and I have to choke the chicken, and I have to stand like 10 stories up.
Yeah,
on a building.
I can't finish unless I can hear.
David Carradine has nothing on this. Has nothing on this at all.
That's what I was thinking. This is like more fitting for the Jets. I don't know. Is it that bad in Houston with the Rockets? I mean, at least they've
Maybe
won.
it was back then. I believe this is from the 90s.
I'll say this: like the Jets make me want to kill myself, but they don't make me want to jerk myself off at a 20-story hotel and then like throw an anvil. Like that's creative. That's creative.
Like a perverted Wile E. Coyote cartoon right here.
Yeah. No, he really decided to go Looney Tunes for his suicide. That's that. By the way, too. I mean, it also not to bring up other comedy, but the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where Bobby Slayton plays Larry David's friend
who dies,
who kills himself.
Because of the
Jets, like he just can't stand the Jets anymore, so he kills
Jets
himself. I mean, it's if you're a Jets fan, it's the best episode of television ever.
Yeah,
he nails because Larry David is a Jets fan. He nails what it's like to be a Jets fan. Like,
right.
This guy in this ad, he looks employed. He looks like he's employed and has like a wife who he doesn't get along with, but they're still together.
Right.
Like he looks like he has more to live for. And he wants to off himself over Houston Rockets basketball game.
Yeah, that's why his marriage must be terrible if he's got to like wax his carrot outside of a window while he's listening to Houston
he's not
Rockets,
even allowed
and he'll
to
probably
drink
kill
himself.
I'm just trying to think about the whole thing that he had to go get an anvil, carry it up to his 10th floor, like a 20th floor apartment, wrap rope around it, and then pick it up and throw it out. The effort it takes is like, come on, man.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the effort of someone in a loveless marriage. That poor woman.
Somebody who, He works so hard. It's like, why don't you just focus on fixing your life if you're going to work that hard on the suicide anvil thing here? Put that energy to good use, sir.
I love the old radio too. Do we mention that yet? How old that radio looks like it's legitimately from like the 1950s or 60s. Like it's an old school. There should be tinfoil on the antenna to help it come in better. You know?
Yeah. He just finished listening to the Jack Benny show, and then the Houston Rockets game came on.
Deep cut, Mike.
Deep cut.
Yeah. No, that's
classic comedy. Bob and Ray. I don't know. Milton Berle.
All right. Well, this was
looking at the guy's face.
This is the stuff we find on this show, man. This is what it is. I don't have a joke for it. It's just it got morbid real quick. That's
the last ad was the best. I like to. We should always end all of our shows with autoerotic. Well, I can't even say it. Autoerotic asphyxiation and sports. So that should just go hand in hand. From now on, whenever you're looking at your fantasy. And you're winning, just put that rope around and then go to town. That's the message. That's the message we want to leave our viewers.
He looks like Kevin James playing Governor Christie. That's the
no, absolutely. That's
just want to throw that.
You had to get that in there. All right. Well, hey, thank you for if you did make it this far. We're sorry. Smash that subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Call the suicide prevention hotline. It's
I would like to apologize. Yeah, Mike. Mike will be the disclaimer.
I'm just sorry about that. Yeah, as I was describing. Never mind. Let's just let it go from there. This was fun though.
That's it. That's all we got. I got nothing. We're done.
We're done. All right.
See you next week.
All right. See you next week, guys.
Peace,
have a good one. Take care.